Alright, so today, while I've got this video of me painting in the background, I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, given that it's the new year. And it's something that I think everyone struggles with, and that's sticking to your goals. There's one method that I want to share that's really helped me finally stick to my goals long term. Now, full disclosure before I get into this, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, and I'm not some massive achiever. This is just something that's helped me stick to my goals, do more art, enjoy life more, and finally start to see some progress. To start off, I'm going to tell you a story about how I did it wrong. And it's about getting in shape, but you can apply this to anything. So let's see if you can relate to this story. For a long time, I wanted to lose some weight, build some muscle, and get in really good shape. So my diet was pretty bad at the time. I'd regularly binge on a bunch of snacks and eat way too much cheese. My exercise routine wasn't much better either. I'd occasionally run, but just enough to stop all of that binging from going straight to my waistline, so I wasn't making any real progress. Then one day I decided it's finally time to get in shape. Even although I wasn't used to lifting weights, and not eating a kilo of cheese a day sounded basically impossible, I decided to get a diet and workout routine together. I was feeling super motivated and I wanted results as fast as possible, so I decided that working out 5 times a week for an hour and eating nothing but broccoli and chicken until I looked like a Greek god sounded like the best course of action. It all starts pretty well. I get through my workouts and force chicken into my face. After a couple of weeks, I noticed I've lost some weight and things are looking pretty good. All I have to do is keep going. However, sooner or later, I'm just not quite able to summon the discipline to do that workout, and those biscuits are looking really tempting. So I miss a workout here, overindulge there, but I'm still on track, I can still do this. But then missing one workout turns into 2, then 3, and my diet crumbles pretty quickly as well. Before long, I'm back to my old ways and gaining weight fast. A couple of months later, I realized that not only have I fallen off the wagon completely, but I'm actually in slightly worse shape than when I started. After licking my wounds for a few months, I decide that I'm going to get in shape, and unlike the last time, this time I'm going to stick to it. I've watched a few motivational videos, so this time I'm just better prepared. So I start the whole getting in shape routine again, and guess what? The exact same thing happened. I found myself looking in the mirror a few months later in slightly worse shape than when I started. I'm sure if you're watching this video, this story sounds all too familiar. This is something that's happened to me so many times in many different areas of my life, and each time it happened, I just felt worse. I felt like I had less and less control over myself, and the idea that I could make any real changes just seemed further and further away. Each attempt just felt like more evidence that I couldn't get myself to do what I wanted to do. At the beginning of 2020, before COVID was a thing, and when I remembered what the outside world actually looked like, I was again going to try and get in shape for my New Year's resolution. This was definitely going to be the year. But then I realized something. I was 25 at the time, and I first started trying to get in shape when I was 14. It had been 11 years, and even although there had been periods where I'd been trying really hard, working out a lot and eating well, at the end of the day, I was in a worse position than when I started. That realization sucked. But it did get me to thinking about why I kept repeating this cycle of failure. And I realized that a big reason was because I was setting myself up to fail from the start. Basically, each time I decided to do another round of attempting to get in shape, I always tried to jump in at the deep end. Even although I was not in the habit of working out or eating well, I instantly went to a hardcore workout routine and diet because I wanted to get in shape as fast as possible. While I was able to keep this up for a little bit, due to that initial burst of enthusiasm, sooner or later it always became too much to manage, which caused me to slide off completely. What I decided to do instead was change the focus from the goal, in this case getting in shape, to the actions, working out and eating healthy. Rather than trying to go from zero and make this massive change, what I did instead was set myself a goal that I knew that I could actually hit. This required some honesty, and when I really sat and thought about it, I decided that all I was going to do was work out 3 times a week for a minimum of 15 minutes and track my calories. This was a small enough change that I could do it consistently, without an extreme amount of effort. After a week or two of doing that, I slowly increased the duration of the workouts and started eating just a little bit healthier and a few less calories. And I just kept going, little by little. Fast forward to about 8 months later, and I'd got into the best shape I'd ever been and working out 4 times a week for 40 minutes to an hour and eating clean. Even although I was, and still am, much closer to someone's before picture than I am to that Greek god physique, I'm able to do the actions that I need to make progress long term. And the best part is, because I took my time building up to this, it feels easy to hit them consistently. When I tried jumping in at the deep end, it took so much effort to the point that when I did miss a workout or eat badly, everything else would just crumble. Whereas now, when I do fall off every now and then, I'm able to get back on track pretty quickly and continue making progress. So that's the method. Start small, make it something that you know you can actually do, and slowly build up from there. This is something that I really wish I'd tried earlier. It's had a huge positive impact on my life, so I hope you'll give it a shot and see if it works for you. This idea came from the fantastic book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I'd highly recommend. It's a goldmine for stuff like this. I've also linked to a couple of videos in the description that explain these ideas much better than I can, so be sure to check them out. On that note, I'd love to hear something that's helped you stick to your goals, so let me know in the comments what works for you. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. There's a couple of points I wanted to add that helped me, but I'll leave that for another video. If you want to know when that comes out, don't forget to hit subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, drop me a like. Take it easy.